Hello again, this is Sky. I want to start with a little update again. So it's really funny because everything and everybody seems to be in hibernation mode, and it's actually quite interesting to see what's going on when you go out to do something. Yesterday, I was out with friends at a major event of the city where usually it is absolutely packed with people, and yeah, you see everyone. Uh, there was hardly anybody there. It was like uh, the people who were there were looking at each other saying, What is going on? Why is nobody here? Why is everything so dead?" um, and yeah, the events that I've gone to in the last couple of days have had very few people compared to before. Um, and most of my friends are staying inside, and also those who are usually super active, always going out and doing things. mm, yeah, everyone is really kind of staying um, in their little shells, so to speak. And we're really in an intense phase of transition right now, which everybody feels in their ways. And you can tell that people also feel that they cannot go on the way that they have done, but they sometimes don't know what exactly they need to change. Mm, and yeah, there's a lot of sleeplessness. People wake up during the night. I also do. Yeah, so it's intense, but yeah, we're all in this together. And what way started people told me lately, which was interesting, was they said that the lies have a very definite expiration date. So our world is not able to uphold any kind of deception anymore. It is bound to finish. And of course, that also means that we have to look inside of ourselves to see where do we lie to ourselves, because those lies also have an expiration date and we cannot go on with these lies. What they also told me was that the inside is going out and the outside is going in, meaning that everything that seemed super important from the outside, or is kind of like part of the outside scenery of the outside world, everything that kind of makes up the parameters of the world that we have been living in, is going to kind of lose importance and go into the background, move into the background more and more, while our insides, what's inside of us, will go out. So, what's important right now is to see what is inside of us. That is what is coming to the surface now. So, if there is peace, then there will be peace in your outer environment. If there's turmoil, then there will be turmoil. So, anything that's inside of us will um, come outside so that we can look at it and decide if we want to uphold it or not. Mm, or basically have a chance to work with it and have it be cleaned out of our system. That also means that when we look at structures outside of ourselves and we condemn, for example, politicians, or um, yeah, give the guilt somewhere outside of us, that we need to understand that these things, the politicians or whoever powers, whichever powers there are that have been ruling the world, they cannot harm us unless we resonate with that in some way. So people have been saying, oh, the light is winning, or the light's going to win, or it already has won, and all this kind of battlefield story. We're in the battle of light and dark, which of course on some level is true, but in the evolution that we find ourselves in, that we are an intrinsic part of, it's our task to understand that nothing outside of us can harm us unless we resonate with it. That means that if I have something inside of me that resonates with this force, that is the spot where I am vulnerable, where this force can harm me. If I do not have anything inside of me anymore that resonates with this force or this deception, so to speak, then this force cannot harm me. It's impossible. That, I think, is a very important thing for us to realize, because what we are in right now is finding our power, finding back to who we truly are as creators. And as creators, we cannot, pointed fingers at somebody else outside of us because we are the ones who are creating our world. So my star people also told me today something that I found was interesting in the way that they said it. It was like they said, when we have a wish and equally a fear, that means that this is already a reality. It's one of the many strings of possibilities that are out there existing simultaneously, which brings us into multidimensionality in the understanding of the concept of it. But what bridges our current reality with the reality that we see in a wish that we have or fear is the consciousness that this exists, that this is the way it is. So it's, for example, if I have a wish, that means it means that I have the wish because there's already a reality where that wish has come true. And the bridge between my current reality and that wish happens through me understanding that this is true, that this is a reality. And the same way it goes with fears. If I have a fear, then that is a strand of reality that can be bridged by my accepting its truth or its being a reality. Whereas when this happens, they told me that the harmonizing, organizing principle of the universe, which we may call the divine, is always going to pull us into the direction where we move away from the um, fear scenario that we are about maybe to bring into a reality when we have a particular kind of fear, because that is the principle of life. The principle of life is organizing and harmonizing, and not ultimately destroying, because if it was only destructive, then we wouldn't have any life, right? So let's stick with the reality that we can bring about when we have a wish. So they told me that there is a relation between the wish that we have, that we see, that when we have that wish that we perceive, because we could only perceive it if it's already there. Otherwise, we wouldn't even be able to perceive it. And as I said, we bring this reality of our wish about by understanding that it is a reality. That is the bridge, because all these realities exist simultaneously. This reality, along with a lot of other realities that spans out into the realm of multidimensionality, where we see that there is not only one reality but many, and we create the one that we experience. So this interrelation between this wish and us perceiving the wish, or us having the wish and the wish being a reality, that again is this divine force that connects everything and everyone. It's a little bit complicated. Yeah, so it's a good idea for us to sort out our inside right now, and to really have a very good look inside of ourselves. What is actually there? What is it that we truly believe? And they also told me that our doubts, our disturbances that interrupt this consciousness, or this knowing that my wish, for example, is a reality, but they are strengthening us in the process, because the more there is disturbance, the more I need to try and keep the balance. So it's also like in training, the harder the training gets, the more proficient the student becomes. So keep up your training. Find the balance inside, or actually, first of all, it's very good right now to just look inside of inside of ourselves. What is there? What kind of dream do we have about the world? How would we want it to be? What kind of wish do we have for the way that we would like for it to look? Because that means it's already a reality, and it's in ourselves, because we are here to bring it about. And the inside is now coming out. So anything that is inside that is up for healing and cleaning has a chance to leave. And any deception inside whatsoever has an expiration date, and outside as well. Yeah. So just a quick update and a little inspiration for today. And I am wishing you a beautiful day. Oh, and then one more thing I want to say. It is so nice these days to go out and turn your face towards the sun. I do this whenever I can, whenever there's sun rays out. I always go out and turn my face towards the sun. There's so much coming from the sun right now. And every time I turn my face into the sun, I just feel so beautiful. Like somebody is giving me a very tender and warm hug. Yeah. So feel hugged and have a beautiful day. Bye.